For most of human history, the ocean was not a place you visited. It was a place that killed you. No boats, no wetsuits, no oxygen tanks, just you, the water, and whatever your body could do on its own. And yet archaeologists keep finding something that makes no sense. Ancient human settlements built underwater, tools and weapons recovered from the ocean floor, shell middens, ancient trash heaps made entirely of seafood, that prove our ancestors were eating things that lived 30, 40, 50 feet below the surface. Things you cannot reach by standing on the shore and hoping. So the question has to be asked, could ancient humans breathe underwater? Here is what we know for certain. The human body does something strange when it hits cold water. Your heart rate drops, your spleen contracts, squeezing extra oxygen-rich red blood cells into your bloodstream. Your blood vessels in your limbs constrict, redirecting blood flow to your brain and your heart. This is called the mammalian dive reflex. It is not something you learn. It is not something you train. It fires automatically the moment water touches your face. Every human on Earth has it. Newborn babies have it so strongly they can be submerged in water and will not inhale. This reflex is ancient. It is the same reflex found in dolphins, seals, and whales, which raises a question scientists have been quietly arguing about for decades. Why does a land mammal have the same emergency diving system as a creature that lives in the ocean? Now meet the Bajau people of Southeast Asia. They live on houseboats between the islands of the Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia. They have been doing this for over 1,000 years, and they free dive every day, down to 60 meters, nearly 200 feet, on a single breath, hunting fish with handmade spears. A diver named Sulbin was documented holding his breath for 13 minutes. The average person passes out after 2. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen studied the Bajau and found something extraordinary. Their spleens are 50% larger than those of their land-dwelling neighbours. Not from training, from genetics. Over generations of deep diving, the Bajau evolved a biological adaptation that gives them more oxygen-carrying capacity than any other human population on Earth. They did not just learn to dive, they evolved to dive. And they are not alone in history. The Ama divers of Japan and Korea have been free diving for over 2,000 years. Women who dive daily into cold open water without any equipment, some well into their 70s. Ancient Greek sponge divers were documented by Aristotle, who described men who could descend to extraordinary depths and stay down long enough to cut sponges from the seafloor. Ancient Polynesian navigators routinely dove to inspect the hulls of their canoes and free dive for food during open ocean crossings that lasted weeks. There is a coastal migration theory in paleoanthropology that argues early Homo sapiens did not spread across the planet by walking through forests and grasslands. They followed coastlines, they lived on shellfish, seaweed, and reef fish. They were ocean people before they were anything else. The evidence for this is in our DNA, specifically in the brain. The human brain requires docosahexaenoic acid, an omega-3 fatty acid found almost exclusively in seafood, to develop properly. Some researchers argue the brain expansion that made us human in the first place could only have happened because our ancestors were living close to the water and eating what came out of it. So could ancient humans breathe underwater? No, but they came closer than you think.